Hello folks, video today on self-management, just figuring out kind of who we are, where we want to go, and how do we get there in terms of managing what we do with our day-to-day actions. So I've got 7 tips and techniques for you guys to start thinking about this. Number one is kind of just take a hard look at yourself and find what areas you need to improve. And then those will kind of define where you're going to put in effort to reach your goals. And as you're doing this, number one, this isn't like a self-shaming process. Nobody's perfect. Everyone has weaknesses. Everyone is looking for ways to improve. And it's not like we have to find those bad parts of ourselves and completely cut them out cold turkey, right? This is a process of moderation, not elimination. So I'm going to find, I struggle with this. I'm going to see what tools and techniques I can use to kind of scale that part about me back that maybe I'm wasting time with, that maybe I'm not being as efficient on, to give more time to focus on the things that I really do want to accomplish. So after that, we've got to create doable habits. So think small, think day-to-day small, and set up a process goal as a habit. So instead of taking a look at our big goals and saying like, I want to run a marathon, or, I need to earn an A in this class and all my classes. Well, those are good long-term goals, but you can't do either of those tomorrow or today, right? You can't run a marathon today unless you're in like really good shape, which I'm not. And maybe you are, so good job. But you have to train for a marathon over months, and you can't earn an A in this class this week. You have to earn an A in this class over 18 weeks of continual habitual work. So instead, build a process goal that you can use daily. That's the important part, is we're starting to build in a routine of success. So for example, I will exercise for 30 minutes 5 times a week. That's a great goal. Or if I'm running a marathon, I'm going to run 5 days for 30 minutes 5 times a week. If you're thinking about grades or academics, maybe try one of these 2 out. As I will begin work on assignments the day they are given. Notice how I don't say that I finish them, but I'm going to start them the day that they're given every time. Or I will study for 3 hours on a Wednesday. That's a great doable habit, right? And you don't have to do 30 hours all at once, but you can break that up. So create some success, some opportunity for you, success for yourself with doable habits. Number 3 is when you are sticking to those doable habits or you do achieve something, reward yourself. You can also think of this as delayed gratification, where you have something that you want. Like, I really want cake. I want some cake. But I know I'm not going to get to eat cake until maybe I exercise today, right? I'm going to put my exercise before my cake and they'll kind of offset, right? But I know I'm going to eat that cake after I exercise. If I eat that cake now, I may not exercise later. So some rewards that I use for myself, move. Like if I finish a class or finish grading a set of assignments, I'll get up and I'll walk my dog. It feels great. You could give yourself like maybe nap or YouTube breaks. That's not the worst thing in the world, so long as you kind of limit them, maybe set a timer. You can reward yourself by checking your phone. That can be a reward. So great suggestion is to take your phone, set a timer on it, put it on airplane mode. Important things, so you're not getting distracted, and put it across the room. And that way you know that you're going to work or study for 30 minutes until that timer goes off. And then you can grab your phone and like catch up on all the texts or scroll through the Twitters. I don't know what kids do. I'm old. Step number 4 is set goals. Now, I alluded to these a little bit earlier. And these are a little bit different than process goals. These are kind of like day-to-day goals that you're going to set and adjust. And your goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. And let me give you some examples of some goals that are smart and some goals that are not. So I will get all my homework done tonight. That's a great goal. I really like it. That's noble that you want to get those things done. That's not a very specific task. It's also maybe not an achievable task depending on how much homework you have. You don't control your amount of homework. And so you might need to reset this goal to make it a little bit easier to accomplish. So instead of saying I'll get all my homework done tonight, maybe list all of your assignments and specifically say I'm going to get this math assignment and this English assignment done tonight. Those are my priority. And then if I get anything else done, that's gravy, right? Or set yourself a time limit. Like I will work on homework for 3 hours every night. Maybe not smart. It may not be achievable for everyone. Certainly specific, measurable, relevant, and timely. But a 3-hour work night every night on homework, I think is a bit much. I'd recommend at max 2 hours every night. If you can do that, that would be awesome. That will definitely get you A's in all of your classes if you're using those 2 hours really, really well and actually studying. But 30 minutes to an hour every day might also help you get there. I will show up to class 5 minutes early each day. Heck yes, that's a SMART goal. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, timely. Goes back to those doable habits that we can create. And I will take notes in all my classes. Yep. Again, it's a great process goal, a great doable habit that is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. All right. Make priority lists. So when you're setting those goals and when you're looking and breaking down your tasks into specific SMART goals, do the important ones first. A lot of times in life, there's more things for me to do than I have time to do them. So I might have a bunch of grading to do. I've got lessons to plan. I've got emails to get back to, and I've got to call my administrators, plus all the personal life stuff that I have to do. So I have to prioritize what I'm going to do. So I might scan my email first and think, are there any emails that I need to do right now? And then I'm going to look at my lessons and think, are any of those lessons that I'm planning, do they need to get done tomorrow? And if they are, guess what jumps to my priority list? It's like, I've got to get my lessons planned because I've got to be on it tomorrow. And I'll go through it that way. So I'm going to challenge you to look at the importance of tasks. Sometimes we're tempted to do the easy assignments and stuff first, which is a way to build confidence. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm also going to ask you to put the most important things first. And that doesn't have to be most important things for English. I'm talking about most important things for you and your success in school and life. And just make sure English fits in there somewhere. Suggestion number 6 is manage your space. Reduce your distractions. I mean, this is the biggest thing. Not everyone has like this perfect quiet library that they can go study in. I get that. I mean, I'm teaching in a cold room in my basement, which I'm very grateful to have. So as much as you can, take control of the space around you. Find a quiet space. Try not to work in a room where there's a TV going. Put your phone on airplane mode. Set a timer for you to do work. Put on headphones if you have them and can kind of drown out the noise of the rest of your family. But do your best to manage and find a personal space that's going to work for you. And then lastly, really work on setting a schedule. Build some habits as well as some routines in terms of management. So I really like the idea that you can't really manage time. All you can do is manage yourself. And so time's going to pass whether you be productive or not. So if you're setting specific times where you know that, hey, I'm going to work on this class on this time and this class on this time, it might get you back to a more normal schedule like what we do in-person school. And it takes a lot of dedication and discipline and effort. But that's not really a scary thing. Like, I believe that you can be consistent with yourself in creating something that's going to accomplish your goals. And the nice thing is that we don't have to be so rigid as we are in-person school. Like, you can set a schedule that works for you. If you're a morning person, boom, work in the mornings. If you're an evening person, boom, work in the evenings. Just make it a habit, right? Say to yourself, okay, from 7 to 9 o'clock every night, that's my homework time, and stick to it. And be specific, right? Don't just say I'm going to work on Wednesdays. Say I'm going to work on Wednesdays from these specific times, and I'm even going to put that reminder in my phone so my phone yells at me when it's time to get some work done. All right. So my favorites, not that we're picking favorites here, but I have found success over the past 10 years of my life with task lists, those SMART goals, and then setting a schedule. That's been really important for me from working at home this semester. All right. Well, good luck, folks. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts about self-management.